Welcome. Here is a rundown of war in Ukraine. Russian missile attack hits Ukrainian capital Kyiv. A Russian missile has hit infrastructure in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv this morning, a senior presidential official and the city's mayor has said. Explosions rang out in the Novorossiysk district of the city before an air raid siren sounded in the capital. Kirilo Tymoshenko, deputy head of the Office of the President, said, rocket attack on critical infrastructure facilities. Details are being clarified, stay in shelters. Meanwhile, Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko wrote on Telegram, explosions in Novorossiysk district. All agencies heading to the site. Stay in your shelters. The governor of Ukraine's Kyiv region, Oleksiy Kuleba, has said as a result of this morning's attack, 18 private houses have been damaged. 10 Russian vessels left Black Sea base this week. The UK's Ministry of Defence has released its latest intelligence report on the crisis in Ukraine. It states that a group of at least 10 vessels of Russia's Black Sea Fleet left the Novorossiysk Naval Facility on January 11th. Given the type and number of vessels putting to sea at the same time, the activity is likely a fleet dispersal in response to a specific threat to Novorossiysk that Russia believes it has identified, the update reads. The report goes on to say that it is unlikely that the deployment signifies preparation for unusual maritime-launched cruise missile strikes. It also states that it is highly unlikely that the fleet is preparing for amphibious assault operations. And no end in sight for Ukraine war. The head of UN Political and Peacebuilding Affairs has told the Security Council that the fighting and suffering in Ukraine continues with no end in sight. It has created a humanitarian and human rights catastrophe, traumatized a generation of children, and accelerated the global food and energy crises, Rosemary DiCarlo told ambassadors on Friday. And yet, this grave damage could pale in comparison with the consequences of a prolonged conflict. DiCarlo said the UN Human Rights Office, OHCHR, had verified 18,096 civilian casualties since the invasion began.